Greetings, everyone. This is Frazelma, teaching the parents. Glad to have you. So glad you're joining us today. Hopefully, you are not just watching, but you are also taking action. Hopefully, you have an area now that you've dedicated to your child or your children as your school away from school, and you are allowing your children to do their work, their homework, their reading, their quiet time in that location. So let's add a few other things to that before we even move to a different subject. Let's make sure that you have a routine set for them when they get home from school. So once they walk in the door, what do you want to happen? Do you want them to put their book bag in that location that you have set aside for them, and then they can go and use the restroom, wash hands, get a snack? Then when they finish their snack, they can sit down at their desk and start working on quiet time, or read a book, or tell you something good about the day and something that wasn't so good about the day. You know, we all have those things happening in the day. And if they didn't have anything good or bad or want to talk about it, why don't you tell them about your day? Something good, something not so good, something you hope gets better. But start the conversation. Sometimes some parents decide that when their children first get home from school, they'll put the book bag in that location, and then they give them a chance to go outside and just play a little bit, to get a chance to move around and get some energy out before they come back in. So if they can do that for the first 30 minutes or the first hour when they get home from school, wonderful. Let them go and do that. But you, as the parent, need to establish a routine for your child each day when they get home from school, and do that same routine. Children need stability. They need to know what's going to happen, and it needs to happen consistently, parents. Not just when you feel like it, not just when you've had a good day. It needs to happen even when you're upset, even when you and your friends have fallen out, even when you and your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife have had an argument. It still needs to be consistent for the child. They need stability. They don't need to be at this person's house this day and over there the next day and somewhere else the next day and something else. No, you have to make the sacrifices and make sure that whatever is happening in your child's life, it is stable. They know what's going to happen. They need that. So in that area that you choose, if you're doing the 10-minute quiet time, then allow them to, after they do the quiet time, and you all get your praise on for them being able to sit there 10 minutes, then let them do some homework. Even if the teacher doesn't give them homework, you know what your child is weak in. You know what your child needs to work on. Come on. You are the parent. The teacher's not the parent. You are the parent. So if your child is struggling with reading, here is a good trick that I have used with our own children and grandchildren. Buy you some flashcards. The colored ones are fine. The white ones fine. Doesn't matter. Buy you some flashcards and use a wide tip marker. All of the sight words for that grade level, write them on an index card. And when your child is reading in a book, or reading something on TV, or reading something on YouTube, or you're driving down the street and they're trying to read a billboard sign, if they miss a word or stumble over a word, or they cannot figure out how to even chunk the words and make the sounds, they just can't seem to do that, write that word down. It needs to go on a flashcard, and start using those flashcards 3, 4, 5 times in the evening. Maybe that's what they need to do when they sit down at their space. Get their flashcards out, go through their flashcards, and then later on, after an hour or so, or right before they go outside, go over their flashcards. Right after they finish all their homework, go over their flashcards. After they eat dinner, Go over their flashcards right before they go to bed at night. Go back through those flashcards. Or if you all have to run to the store, oh my goodness, get your flashcards. On the way, turn the music down, parents. Let your child say those words, read those words, use the flashcards. That way, that child is going to be able to quickly identify and recognize those words because they're seeing the words more and more and more. It will strengthen their reading. So try that. That's just a tip. Try it. Hopefully, it will work. All right. In their simulated school area, we need to also add that if they need to say something or want to ask something or, whatever, they need to learn to raise their hands. Yes, I know this is at home, but that doesn't hurt. They practice at home what they do out in public. They need to learn, raise their hands. And if you have more than one child, oh, that's really wonderful because now they need to learn to give turns and to let the other one finish speaking before they break in and say something. So yes, it'll be wonderful. Just let them raise their hand. All right? So these are the things you have to teach them. You have to teach them how to be a good student. You have to teach them how to be a good person. You have to teach them how to have good manners, how to be courteous, how to be respectful, how to be kind, how to be trustworthy. You are teaching them those things. So add all of that into your afternoon, into the time you spend with them. All right? Remember, we're practicing at home what we want our children to already know and be able to do whenever they go into the public. These are the things that are going to help our children, your children, my children, be successful. All right? Thanks so much. Thanks for joining us for Teaching the Parent.